now I'm taking what's mine. I define myself as ambitious, young, black, and gifted. Master P, my masterpiece. That mean I don't got no limits. Bout it, I doubt it. My homies know you ain't right it. We break you down like a pound. I got it, don't panic surround me. I'm corrupted, flow cold and it's rugged, bumpy. What is up? I'm ready for war. You got to love it like black, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, what? And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, what? Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. Whole squad like, yeah. And it feel like, yeah. All day like, yeah. All night like, yeah. You don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. Yeah, you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want problems. No, I said you don't want problems. You don't want smoke, dog. You don't want.
Thank you, Coach. EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to Oakland, California. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Oakland Raiders. It's the marquee game of opening weekend, and off we go on a Sunday night on EA Sports. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work at the 21-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
To the set, 780. Watch it, here we go, G. 20. Kill. Express. Go. Mike, 55. Check, 55.
Now the man from nearby Stanford, Christian McCaffrey. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do you do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. From the gun, here's Newton. Flushed out right. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. It'll be a gain of 9, and that'll bring up a third down.
You know, I don't think this is the last time we'll see that in this game. This guy has mobility, and they want to use his legs in the game plan. So there will be designed runs as well as his scrambles.
And they'll look to avoid an early 3 and out here on 3rd and 4. To throw is Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Maurice Hurst drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. Now Brown. 12 yards on the return that time, and the Raiders will take over now 1st and 10. A good starting spot for the Raiders as they come up 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line.
Kill. White.
To throw his Carr. An incomplete. Crisis averted. Almost picked. Instead, 2nd down.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
Now Carr, after the incomplete pass, brings him up 2nd and 10. Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. He's going deep for Brown. And that's caught inside the 30. 33 yards that time.
That's just flat out a beautiful throw right there.
It was a rope. That's maybe the speed you would see on a slant, but he threw that downfield with that kind of pace.
Now, if he throws that one with any type of arc, puts a little air under it, that play doesn't happen. He had to fire it in there, and he did exactly that.
First rep of the game for Josh Jacobs. Oh, good move. Oh, and now some space down lane. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. That good for 22 and a first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus, the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
56 is the mic. Hey, let's get some penetration here. Let's get some penetration.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. And that is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Tyrell Williams there to make the grab. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. An ideal start for them, really. You force the punt, and then you go down and score.
And you've got to see a fist pump on the sideline from the head coach, don't you? Because he's turned into his bench, and he's telling his team, this is how we prepare. Force the punt, go downfield and score. I told you guys, it's just like a boxer in the gym preparing for the fight. Now we get to turn it all loose.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. And all that work, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And a 3-and-out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
Gun.
Now on 2nd and 16. Newton. Quick slant, caught by Moore. And he'll be corralled well upfield right around the 40-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and get the quarterback a really nice target.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 11 yards and a Panther first down.
First down, Panthers.
So here's a 1st and 10 now in Raider territory at the 49-yard line. Back to throw, Newton. He'll get this to McCaffrey out of the backfield. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. Give him 10 there, good enough for a Panther first down.
Nice little nifty play for him there. That's the ability to read a defense and utilize players that don't often get picked up in coverage easily. And I'm talking about being able to use the backs out of the backfield. Because I know that when I used to cover, hey, we got everybody oh, he just stuck out there, and they just got a nice first down there.
What do we love to say? Get those backs into space, right? And they were able to do that there. Nice pickup on first down. Officially no gain on the play, and it's 2nd down.
All right, quick observation, Brandon, because early on in this game, I'm seeing linebackers playing with their noses close to the line of scrimmage.
And my guess is the wheels are turning on that other sideline. As a play caller, you're filing that away right now, aren't you?
Yeah, you're trying to find that opportunity later on when you can play action them or stick something to them between the 2nd and the 3rd level.
Great. Mike 59. Get that.
Throwing on 2nd down, Newton. And they get to Newton and take him down for the sack. Maurice Hurst, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5.
3rd
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long. Here's Newton. Trying to fit it into Moore, but it's intercepted. LaMarcus Joyner with a pick. And they have the football and will take over at the 24-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now after the INT, it's Carr. And this is going to be caught. He won the fight for the football. 14 yards is the pickup there at a Raider first.
There are so many things to watch for when you play defense, and reading your keys, you always hear about that, and having your eyes in the right place. Sometimes your eyes can fool you. How about that play action there? And it sprang the big guy, didn't it?
Able to dump it over the top to him. Jumpy on the right side of the line.
Sometimes when you're on the end, a little bit farther away from the ball, any type of movement will get you to jump, and that's exactly what happened there.
So a 1st and 5 now after the 5-yard penalty from the neutral zone infraction. Now Carr. Rolling to his right. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's 2nd down. So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down.
56 to Mike, boys. 56. Check 56. Go. Go.
On 2nd down, Jacobs. And give him about 5 as he gets this up to the 48-yard line.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Now, 59, Mike. 180. Hey, we're good, we're good. 180. We want it. Come to my world. 93. 93.
Carr going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got a man open. It's Hunter Renfrow. And he's taken down at the 43, but not before picking up the first. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 43. Carr defers to Jacobs on the draw. And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. It's a loss of 4 there, bringing up 2nd down.
Back at the 47-yard line.
Trying to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. Second quarter from Oakland, the homestanding Raiders with the football here as they've got it with a 2nd and 14 upcoming.
Hey, 7:34.
Throwing on 2nd and 14. Carr, that's complete to his tight end, Waller. They get 14 back, but it leads now to a 3rd down. And that catch number 100 for his young career. And remember, only in his 2nd season. The future, bright.
Monday, down. 280. It's 59. Mike to 59. Coming, baby. I'm coming, baby. Woo! Right down. Kill. Hey, turn it out. That's up.
From the gun now on 3rd down, Carr. It's complete to Graham. And he gets the first down here as he's taken down at the 24. First catch of the new season for him, and he picks up the first.
1st and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Down. Slide 85. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Later, 2.
On the jet sweep, here's Grant. A strong broken tackle on that one. And then they get him to the ground just shy of the 15. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on second and short. From the 17, Carr eluding the pressure right. Catch made, it's Moreau. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up third down.
And, partner, I think that was a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
From the gun on third down, Carr. And he fires one, but incomplete.
Didn't have a receiver open downfield, and as it turned out, couldn't even find his outlet man because of the coverage. It was way too tight, unable to find anyone open.
Fourth down, and on comes the Raider kicker, Daniel Carlson.
A 31-yard attempt.
The kick by Carlson is good. And the lead moves to 10-zip. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Let's go! Let's go! Let's go!
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They find themselves down 10-0 early after the interception on their opening drive led to a field goal.
So now they've got to pick up the mantle a little bit. You mentioned the team's down 10. They've helped contribute to that. How are they going to get their team back into this ball game? Run the offense that you think is going to be effective and execute it at a high level.
23 yards on the play.
Here we go.
So one play, and they're already just shy of midfield. Cam's going to run the option right. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on first down, that fits the bill.
Gun. Mike, 55. Check.
From the 45 on second down, Newton escaping the pressure right. This is caught inside the 15. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Ian Thomas, 45 yards, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Gano the extra point, and that'll cut it to 3 at 10-7. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken in at the 1. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's the Pro Bowler Luke Kuechly that picks it. And he'll get this back to the 32-yard line.
Oh, timing is everything on a route like this. He tried to drive that football into a tight spot. And if you're a little early or a little late, chances are there's going to be someone there. And sure enough, this one's going the other way.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Now following the interception, here's Newton. Open man is Samuel, complete. And they'll get this one down to about the 20-yard line. The Panthers have the first. It's a gain of 12.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people up to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. It's a 10-yard pickup, and that's enough to move the chains.
Coming in, he really liked his chance of having a big year based on a terrific offseason. And runs like that on opening weekend show that he's right.
Back-to-back good plays have him on the move on first down. Newton now to throw. To the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Cam's going to run the option right. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Raiders pick it up. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. And last time wasn't pretty. One play and an interception. We'll see if they can do better.
I want to see if they want to go ahead and throw the ball again now on this drive after what happened on the last one. Throw it on the first play. Give the quarterback some confidence.
See what happens. A pickup of 10, and it's enough for an Oakland first down.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
To throw, it's Carr. Now this will be caught. Tyrell Williams. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. A good pickup there, a 22. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 47. Throwing now is Carr. And he rifles one incomplete. Tyrell Williams was the intended target. And now it's 2nd down.
He kind of forced that one there, didn't he? It's almost like he predetermined where he was going to go with the football.
Yeah, he wasn't really going through progressions. He wanted to go to his top guy. You do that against this defense, they'll make you pay, won't they?
Yeah, they certainly will. They react very quickly to the thrown football.
And now a pass dumped off to his running back. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
When you run a screen pass really well, you got to like the look of it because so many parts come together to make it work well. The offensive linemen, where they're faking people out, the back slipping out there, catching the football, then all of them going together as one unit downfield. A really nice pickup.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. We remind you that coming up at the half, we'll hand things off to Jonathan Coachman, standing by in Orlando. He'll have scores from earlier today, plus a look ahead as well, so you won't want to miss that. A lot going on here in Week 1. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete. Darren Waller, the intended receiver. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Right there, 56. I got one.
Throwing again. Carr. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
56 to Mike, boys. Hey, Echo. 56. Watch twist.
Throwing his Carr on 3rd down. But it's brought in by Washington. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
There are a lot of tough routes to try and cover. When you see a runner come out of the backfield and run this angle route, looks like they're going to the flat, and then they put their foot in the ground and cut back sharply inside, not easily covered, and then when they catch it, good momentum built up by them as well.
And able to pick up the first. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down, second and right at a yard.
It appears they found something that's working, and they keep going back to it. I guess you can actually say he has the hot hands now, doesn't he?
Yeah, well, it's one thing to hit your guy out of the backfield once, hit him a couple times. Yeah, you're right. Maybe they're onto something.
And I think a lot of that is simply if you get it to him in space, more times than not, he's going to get more yardage than you expect out of each play.
And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half.
Check. Lucky. White Monday down.
Here's Jacobs. And he goes backwards on this one, losing yardage to the 7. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. Now from the 7, here's second and goal. Carr. And this is caught. Touchdown, Raiders. Darren Waller there to make the grab. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And that'll give them a 2-score lead here, but I'm looking ahead. They just want to hold it for the final moments here of the second quarter. They don't want to give up anything on the other side.
No, not at all, because if they don't, it almost had the feel of an imposing their will score. And right now, they want to make sure they keep that and carry it into the second half.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenging your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
A final shot before the break. Newton. And he's going to go down. Couldn't get a throw off with the pressure. Maybe that was for the best, as that brings us to the end of this first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in our initial Sunday night telecast of the new season. As we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The Raider offense set to get this drive started. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Right back to Washington. He works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
When we talk about Luke Kuechly, you can't talk about his overall game without talking about his intelligence and how he controls the whole defense. He quarterbacks that defense, and at times will actually make checks, just like a quarterback would on offense to get him into the right defense. They definitely were on that play. How about that finish? Holding that to a minimal gain.
Now the throw on 3rd down, knocked away and incomplete.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on 3rd down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. 3rd down, you got to try and find something. There was nothing available there for him.
So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. The last run got 9. That leaves them with 2nd and a yard. Throwing is Newton. That's going to be caught by Samuel. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, 57 yards. As they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. And nothing too crazy there. A quick slant, and then he just had a seam. He found a seam.
And when you hit it on the run like that, and I mean the pass right to the receiver who's already in motion and moving, sometimes he just takes it and runs away from everyone else.
And he ran it into the end zone. And the defense, they've got to adjust there quickly. That's tough on them.
That's really tough because everything was executed well. Ball was out of his hands quickly, into the hands of the receiver, and then he was gone.
So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
Let's go, let's go.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Oakland offense about ready to start this next drive. Certainly want to avoid what they had to do last possession. That was punt the football, because this game's starting to tighten up.
In a basketball sense, you think about taking a little bit of the air out of it.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. That's Luke Kuechly with a sack.
I think normally we would talk about this more with basketball players and football players, but let's adopt it in this case. He's a stat sheet stuffer.
Had the interception earlier, now a sack. But he just needs a touchdown for the trifecta.
That's about all he needs, and he's going to go for it.
After the sack on first down, Carr, he's good. Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
Out. Greystone travel. Hey, check 24. Check 24. Easy. Kill. Check 13. Check. Crunch. Put that down. Tighten up.
Here's Jacobs on 1st and 10. And some room to work. The 20, 10. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Raider touchdown. Josh Jacobs, 50 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. And on that long run, maybe the defense caught napping a little bit.
The concentration level may not have been there. I agree with you on that one, because those types of plays, when they result like that, they're almost like big bolts of lightning, aren't they? Whoosh, and off he goes.
Extra point by Carlson, up and good. And his guys will take a 10-point lead. Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. Fielded about a yard deep. And he'll bring it back to just about the 25, call it the 24-yard line. Now whistles here, and it looks like we've got a Panther that's having some difficulty down there getting up. Hate to see this. Week 1 of the season. We'll be back. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minutes. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. They'll run with McCaffrey. He's got the first down and more past midfield. 14 yards, good for a Panther first down. Couple of very nice carries to start this drive out.
Yeah, 2 first downs. And how about that second one? What a nice run on that particular play. I'm telling you, they're going to start to think that this game is easy if they continue to rip off yardage like this.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. To throw is Newton. Sliding out of the pocket. And Thomas has it. Another strong gain on the last 2 plays. They've moved it a combined 33 yards.
As a general rule, offensive linemen like to know where their quarterback's going to be when he's setting up to throw the football. But sometimes they just have to get on the run, get on the move. He was able to do that on that play and picks up a first down with a nice throw.
On first down, Newton. Flush to his right. Cam fighting. He lost the football. It's out. And the Raiders pick it up. So the turnover forced, and a wonderful job on a big return.
And how about the convoy that got created to help him get all the way back upfield? I mean, that's the part that people miss on. That's practice. That's worked on. It doesn't just happen in a game and everyone rallies. They discuss it prior to, and everyone knows their role when they create a turnover like that.
That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1. Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
Despite the score, despite the deficit, no quitting this guy. He's running angry, running through arm tackles. He wants to change what that scoreboard is saying.
Now Newton on first down. And he's got it. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Curtis Samuel, already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point try good by Gano. And that cuts the lead to 3, 24-21. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone.
That's it, baby. We got work.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Raider offense set to get this drive started. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now Carr. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. It'll be a loss of a yard, and just like that, it's third down.
Down. You right, 6:37.
Mike's 59. Mike's 50.
Hey, wahoo!
Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D. 59 Mike, 59 Mike. Check, 59.
Deuce right, Chief.
Watch the ship, watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship, watch the ship.
From the gun, it's Carr. Able to find Walter. That's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup.
But when you hit him on the move like that, and he's able to get into open field with a full head of steam, oh, boy, it's going to be tough to get him down.
Yeah, there was a big window. They're lucky they did get him down. So from Panther territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. Working from the gun, it's Carr. And the pass complete to Ryan Grant. And he's got this down to the 35. That one good for 13 and a Raider first down.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
Carr going to throw. Got him in. It's Brown. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Solid gain of 18 and a Raider first down.
Some think the teams really won't throw a slant route unless you have a receiver that has a lot of stature to him. But sometimes the little guys, they get lost in there. People can't really locate them, and they run that quick cut on the slant, and oftentimes they can turn it into big plays.
Into the red zone, it's Carr. Nowhere to turn this time, and he goes down. Sacked back at the 29. Kyle Love forced his way through, drops him for a loss of 10 yards. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20.
So don't say nothing.
Smooth.
Mike's 59.
Here's Carr to throw. He'll find his tight end. That's Waller. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
From the gun now on third down, Carr. And that will be caught, but out of bounds. Out of bounds, ruled incomplete here.
But that was certainly an aggressive call and an aggressive play. Instead of just going for the first down, took the shot in the end zone, went for the touchdown.
Yeah, and on third down, they said, forget about the sticks. We want 6. And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
Mike, 56, right there.
6-18. Play
that
defense.
The Raiders going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the fourth quarter. So on fourth down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Carlson able to put this one through. And that will add 3 more to their lead. It pushes it up to 6. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. And in hindsight, probably should have stayed where he was, as he'll only get back to the 16-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
25 yards, the pickup there, and also a first down.
It's a gain of 25 yards. And the Panthers.
What an opening weekend it's been already. Could the best finish be coming here on Sunday night? We'll find out as we come up on a 1st and 10. Now a handoff here to his running back. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From just shy of midfield, Newton. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Back to throw, Newton. Flush, and a big loss here as he's taken down. Tahir Whitehead. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
Gun.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Newton. He was trying to get that one into the hands of Christian McCaffrey. And it's 3rd down. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Out of the gun, Newton. Looking deep downfield. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Gary and Conley. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
I'm not sure, Brandon, we've seen a sloppier played game this year for a team on offense. Turn it over 4 times and expect to win? No chance whatsoever. And look, I have no idea what the ratio is about turning over 4 times and how that correlates to winning or losing, but I'll guarantee you, it's not very good.
They'll begin on the ground with Jacobs. And a short 3-yard pickup gets him up to the 15. Got to figure now, after getting that turnover, they're just going to be happy to keep the ball on the ground, right?
This is where covering the football, taking care of the ball, all the ball security terms that have ever been used, they come into play for the guys on offense right now. Just take care of it, and they've got a good chance of ending up winning this game.
Now the pass to Grant, and he's got it. And from the 15, they're able to work this up to the 20 for a pickup of a handful. The Raiders on 3rd down. They've hit 4 of 7. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Now Carr. And able to complete it to Moreau. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped.
Couldn't just sit on it here, could they? Had to throw the ball on 3rd down. Got the big completion in the pickup. Fresh set of downs now. They've got to feel great.
And defensively a backbreaker. Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Come on, boy. 7:34. Don't be scared of it.
Carr with a play fake to Jacobs. This will be caught by Brown. Past the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Brown. 67 yards. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. As a former DB, you might not like to see that, but from a wide receiver's perspective, those are the plays they dream of.
Correct on both counts, all right? Because once he took off, I mean, let's face it, that should have been done in Big Sky Country. Aren't any speed limits out there? And off he went. Glad I wasn't the one trying to chase him.
Following the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Carlson. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Newton going back to Moore. This time he's got him complete. And he's going to have another first down as the tackle comes at the Raiders' 44-yard line. Newton now a perfect 8 for 8 to start the second half. Not bad. 1st and 10. A pitch back. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
A 6-yard pickup.
From the 38, Newton eluding the pressure right. He'll let this go for the end zone. And that'll be incomplete. Good protection that time, and they couldn't hook up on the long one. Now it's 3rd down.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against him. Rush coming, and he's taken down. Tahir Whitehead able to drop him that time for his 2nd sack of the evening. Well, they don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. And he's going to go down again. Tahir Whitehead. And it'll be a turnover on downs. So now with a little over 2 minutes to play, the road back gets very difficult.
Difficult, but still not impossible if they go ahead and play this thing out. Now the defense has to come up big. They've got to go for the strip of the football on each and every snap to try and give themselves a chance.
Alert 3, alert 3, alert 3.
Watch the safety creep.
Carnell on first down. Over the middle here to Brown. 20, 10, 5, and all the way in. Touchdown, Oakland. Antonio Brown. Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Raiders able to extend that advantage. Oh, and it's no good. He tugged it wide left, and that will keep our score right where it is. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And they're going to stop him short of the 20 with a penalty flag down. Well, what's the call here? So that flag will cost him 15.
And it doesn't matter anymore how you get the face mask. Any part of it is going to be 15 yards.
And now it's 1st and 10. A big mistake, especially when you factor in the personal foul yardage.
Check. Mike 55. Watch the run. Watch the run. Watch the run.
From the gun, here's Newton. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And oh, so close as he takes it all the way to the 2-yard line.
Under 10. Under 10. 10.
On the ground, McCaffrey. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. A loss of 2 there. Second down. From back at the 4, here's second and goal. Now Newton. The quick slant caught. And this won't be enough to pick up the first. A gain of 2 and 3rd and 1. A touchdown saving tackle there. Now it's 3rd and goal. And he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. Now the Raiders going to go ahead and use the second of their timeouts. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play. A field goal does you no good, so they're going to stay out there and go for it on 4th. They'll run with Scarlett. And he is in. Touchdown, Carolina. Taking it in from 2 yards out. And the Panthers are able to cut into this lead.
And yeah, that touchdown counts for their team, but I think it counts more for the fantasy guys, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's just something maybe positive to look at on film, but this one's over, let's be honest.
Yeah, I agree with you totally on that one.
Gano the extra point, and that will shave 1 more off this lead. So time definitely not in their favor. Down 2 scores, but they'll try the onside kick. Now the Raiders going to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break. And this is going to be recovered by the hands team. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they needed a miracle. They had to have that onside kick. They didn't get it.
Well, as we knew, even before they put the toe to the leather on that one, their chances of getting that done, slim and none. And I do believe we saw Slim just leave the door, didn't we?
We did indeed. I think we're down to none. And they take a knee. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 22 ticks to go in the 4th. The defense can stop it twice more as they take a knee here. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. The D can only stop it 1 more time as they take the knee. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Here's A.J. Cole now, as he'll punt it away for the 2nd time. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. Out of bounds as he appeared to be looking for the corner. He got it. They're going to mark this at the 4-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. What do you do here down like this in this situation? Do you maybe just pick something out of the playbook you haven't called in a while, or you call it a day?
You can do that, or you pick something that's a staple for you and should work better and try and execute that on the way out the door and maybe get back to base and feel a little bit better as you end a ball game that's been a frustrating one for you.
Yeah, we'll see if they go back to base. So this one, a victory for the Oakland Raiders. And partner, I must say, good to see you again. Been too long. And it's good to have football back, isn't it?
Didn't you see me in preseason? Weren't we together in preseason?
Yeah, but preseason, you know, it's preseason. This is week 1.
Oh, you're trying to say real football.
The real football.
Not preseason football where we shake down the rosters and figure out who's going to play, and maybe the starters don't play as much. Now it's the frontline guys from the first whistle.
Yeah, I tuned you out in the preseason. And now I'm listening to you. So for the Raiders, they start the campaign with a victory in front of an enthusiastic home crowd for a Sunday night. And they will hit the road next week for a date with the New Orleans Saints. Meanwhile, for Carolina, they obviously fall to 0-1 with the defeat. And they'll try to get back on the beam next week as they'll head to Tampa to take on the Bucs. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin.